Your limitation is your imagination. I am Ritu Singh, your science teacher. Today we are going to study our chapter 4, which is materials, metals and non-metals. What do you think whenever you hear these two words, metals and non-metals? Before starting, I'm going to tell you that here I will show you two things. I'll use this rod as a prop to show you or to tell you about metals, and second one is this glass, which is made of a non-metal. I will use this glass as a prop to show you that what is non-metal. Okay, so let's start. Sometimes we see that the shape of the iron nail and the aluminium wire changes on beating. They could be changed into sheets. You might be familiar with silver foil used for decorating sweets. We see in our daily life that our mother uses a sheet, a thin sheet to cover our food, right? What is that sheet called? That sheet is called aluminium foil, which is made by beating a metal, which is aluminium, in thin sheets, right? Okay, move on. You must also be familiar with the aluminium foil used for wrapping food. The property of metals by which they can be beaten into thin sheets is called malleability. This is a characteristic property of metals. We also see that a sweet shopkeeper uses a foil which is made of aluminium, right? So this property through which we can convert a metal into thin sheet is called malleability. What is it called? It is called malleability. Okay. The property of metals by which it can be drawn into wires is called ductility. We can also convert a metal into wires, right? These wires are made of metals which are coated with plastic or anything which is non-conductor or which do not conduct electricity, right? So move on. The things made of metals produce a ringing sound when struck hard. Suppose you have two boxes similar in appearance, one made of wood and the other one of metal. Can you tell which box is made of metal by striking both the boxes? Since metal produce ringing sounds, they are said to be sonorous. The materials other than metals are not sonorous. The materials other than metals are not sonorous, but the materials which are made of metals are sonorous. Sometimes we see when we strike a glass of metal with metal or with another thing, it produces a ringing sound. This is because it has a property, and all the metals have this property. All the metals are sonorous. Sonorous means when a metal or a thing produces a sound on striking, that thing is called sonorous. Okay? All metals are hard, lustrous, malleable, ductile, sonorous and good conductors of heat and electricity. These are some properties of metal. All the metals have some of these properties. Sometimes they have one, they have two, they have three. But they have, this is sure that they have some of these properties, like hard. This rod is made of metal. This is hard. Okay. Lustrous, like our mother wear golden jewelry which have lust. Malleable, aluminium foil, ductile. Wires which we use to conduct electricity, sonorous and good conductors of heat and electricity. We already know that all the metals are conductors of heat and electricity. Materials like coal and sulfur are soft and dull in appearance. They break down into pieces or a powdery mass on tapping with a hammer. whenever we try or we tap a non-metal with hammer, it breaks into pieces. So this is the property of non-metal. But on the other hand, when we strike or tap a metal, it does not break into pieces. Okay? A powdery mass on tapping with a hammer, they are not sonorous and are poor conductors of heat and electricity. These materials are called non-metals, example sulfur, carbon, oxygen, phosphorus, etc. And non-metals are not sonorous. Yes, non-metals produce sound, but that sound is not a ringing sound. So that's why they are not sonorous. And are poor conductors of heat and electricity. And they also do not conduct electricity or heat. And they do not allow to pass electricity or heat through them. Right? That's why we cannot categorize them in the category of metals. Chemical properties of metals and non-metals. Reaction with oxygen. You are familiar with the phenomenon of rusting of iron. Same as that, when a copper vessel is exposed to moist air for long, it acquires a dull green coating. Sometimes we see that when we leave an iron nail in an open area, that iron nail get rust over it, right? This is because of reaction, because all the metals react with some other products, like iron can react with oxygen. Same as that, when a copper vessel is exposed to moist air for long, it acquires a dull green coating. When we expose a copper vessel to moist air, it gets a coating of green color, which appears due to reaction of moist with that vessel. Okay, so this is for today. Bye, take care.